Hi, how are you going? I hope you're feeling as well as possible on your medicines. I'm Pharmacist Fi. Welcome to my YouTube channel and to episode 9 of our series called What Went Wrong? Once Mr. A got a medicine and started taking it, after that first dose, he never read the container again to double check if he was taking it correctly or not. And this was one of two things which probably contributed to Mr. A's medicine problem. The second thing was that one of Mr. A's blood pressure medicines and his gout medicine were both similar sized white round tablets, which might be why one day Mr. A got the doses of his 2 white pills mixed up. From that day onwards, by accidentally taking twice as much of his blood pressure tablet, this gave him a weird lightheaded feeling as if he might faint, because it was not only dropping his high blood pressure down, but it was dropping it even further down into the low blood pressure range. And Mr. A found his usual late afternoon beer made this feeling even worse. So he had not been well enough to have an afternoon drink for a couple of weeks now, which was not like him. Also, Mr. A was only taking half his usual dose of his gout medicine after the doctor had carefully used blood tests to tailor his gout medicine dose to Mr. A's body. So, only having half the dose he needed, he would soon be more likely to get another piercingly sharp, painful gout attack at the base of his big toe, which would really get in the way of his favourite activity now that he'd retired, which was gardening. Because Mr. A did not read or keep the CMI document his pharmacist gave him for each of his medicines, he did not realise his new symptom of feeling faint was a side effect from taking too much of his blood pressure medicine. But when Mr. A went to pick up his medicines, his pharmacist said she'd noticed that Mr. A had run out of his blood pressure medicine after only 2 weeks. But she could see on the dispensing computer that Mr. A would have enough tablets for 1 month. So she asked Mr. A how and when he was taking each of his medicines and quickly figured out what had happened. So then the pharmacist was able to help Mr. A let his doctor know straight away and offer to make Mr. A weekly medicine pack, which may also be called things like a Webster pack or a dosette box or a blister pack or a weekly medicine organiser. Mr. A was happy with this idea because it meant he soon felt well enough to enjoy gardening and even start having his afternoon beer again. So, how could Mr. A have tried to prevent this medicine problem from happening? Top tip number 1. If you are starting to have memory difficulty, like finding it harder to remember people's names or what you did yesterday, tell your doctor. Also, read the instructions on the label of each medicine container before you take out any dose to remind you how much to take and when to take and how to take that medicine. Top tip number 2. If you don't read, take your medicines and containers to your doctor or pharmacist and ask them to please let you record them saying into a mobile phone or some other recording device how you can recognise and take each of your medicines safely. Top tip number 3. If you don't want to regularly read medicine label instructions or listen to recordings of them, consider asking your pharmacist to make you a weekly medicine pack. But keep in mind that to use a medicine pack, you will still need to be able to remember what day of the week it is and the particular times of day or night that you need to take medicines, and how to find the correct blister in your medicine pack for each particular day and time. Top tip number 4. If it is too hard to figure out which blister of a medicine pack you should take at which time of day or night, but you know someone who could figure this out safely for you, ask them to help you. Or, if you don't know someone who could help you take your medicines, ask your doctor about other options. For example, in Australia, you might be eligible for a government-funded home care staff member to visit you to help you take your medicines. Please click the subscribe and like buttons below this video if you'd like to see more of these medicine safety videos. And Denver and I look forward to catching up with you again very soon here on this Pharmacist Fi Medicine Safety YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.